Thanks for joining me for Competency 3 of the Principal Examination. Stay tuned for the practice quiz. Also, you're welcome to write me. Send me an email with your comments. Have you ever noticed how people in society take their cues for behavior from those around them? Principals who are unfair and unwilling to treat others with respect and collaboration create a school with those same characteristics. Students may not want to come to school because they feel harassed by principals and teachers.
Principals tend to pick favorites and be really biased to those people. One person could do something really horrible, but then one of their favorites could do the exact same thing and not get any punishment at all.
And they lose focus, because we're here overall to, educate the kids. And when you're punishing them for things like minor dress code violations, like making them go shave, taking them out of class to do stuff like that, it seems like kind of a waste of time. Whereas I'm not totally against a dress code. It's just I think it's like things like that can be taken to extreme.
I think the great characteristics of a principal are he has to be firm, yet fair and laid back.
Managing hundreds of students can be difficult for teachers. What principal characteristics allow teachers to enjoy their work and make them feel safe in school?
A good principal will take care of when you have discipline problems in the classroom. He's going to help you with them. If there's kids that really are not adapting to authority, well then we're going to send him out and he's going to talk to them.
Well, the best principal that I ever had was she was a very good communicator, and whenever you needed something, she was there. You could ask her for help anytime and she was there.
Competency 3 says, the principal knows how to act with integrity, fairness, and in an ethical and legal manner. The principal is expected to model and promote the highest standard of conduct, ethical principles, and integrity in decision-making. When asked what was the most common mistake new principals make, Dr. Nancy Adams, a veteran administrator, acknowledged that inconsistency is a problem.
I think possibly not being consistent with your personnel or with the way you answer questions or treat people and so forth. As long as you stay within the boundaries of the law and you do what is right, what you consider to be right, then you're pretty safe.
Principals are expected to serve as an advocate for all children. They're expected to promote the continuous and appropriate development of all students. Much is accomplished when you have the cooperation of parents and students. Dr. Adams says that some of the first advice she gives to new principals involves communication.
I tell them to listen, whether that's to students or teachers and staff or parents. Everyone needs to be listened to and has the right to be listened to about their concerns, and to try to be fair and equitable in every situation. And really those are some real basic things that we all need to do as administrators.
In the educational setting, there are many other areas of ethical concern. Principals should attempt to apply legal principles. That is, in relation to students with disabilities, bilingual education, confidentiality, and discrimination, to protect the rights of students and staff members, and to improve learning opportunities. Administrators should follow legal guidelines in the hiring process, specifically when conducting an employee interview.
You don't ask them personal information, you only ask them job-related information. Their professional experience, their educational background. Typically, you would have a set of basic questions that you would ask each candidate, and you wouldn't veer from those. If the person wants to volunteer information, that's certainly up to them, but you don't ask them personal information. All of your questions should be job related.
Principals come in contact with a lot of people, and sometimes people share confidential things with the principals.
There are people have a right to privacy when they apply for a job. You just can't speak about people's job positions. You can't speak about other people's about anything ethically, and you wouldn't want someone else discussing your job. And certainly if it's outside, and teachers have a very difficult time with this, and administrators, because teachers have the problem, I think, with students, and administrators typically have it with teachers, because we're in a people business, and so we deal with people all the time, and we have frustrations that just build up, and you want to go in and you want to sit down and you want to really vent to someone, either a teacher sitting in the teacher's lounge venting about a student they're having a problem with, or an administrator venting to another administrator, or even venting to a department chair, or venting to another teacher. And in all of those situations, if there is not a need to know, a specific need to know, like in the case of the administrator, if they're not their supervisor of record, then you're violating that person's right to privacy, and so it's a very difficult, that will dig you a hole really fast, because I can tell you that it's like drums in the jungle. I mean, anytime you speak of someone else and it's not in a professional atmosphere, it goes around the building within seconds, and then the confidence that the staff has in you is eroded. It's not professional, and you put yourself in a legal problem position, as well as it just erodes your ability to lead your staff if they can't trust you when they come in and talk to you. And you will be, as an administrator, things will be shared with you almost on a personal level that may not have anything to do professionally, but I've had staff come in and confess to affairs and being bipolar and having all kinds of issues in their childhood, and they share those because they trust you as a leader. And as a principal of a building, that is an enormous position of trust and leadership. And when they come in and speak with you, they're doing, sometimes it's almost like a confession to a priest. I mean, it has to be held in confidence, and I can't tell you the importance of that portion of the ethics of a professional administrator. You just cannot let that out of the bag. It's just too dangerous on any number of levels.
In summary, Competency 3 deals with principal ethics. The principal should be a model of ethical behavior for the school. Principals should treat everyone in a fair and consistent manner. The confidentiality of staff and students should be a high priority. Principals should not delve into personal issues during interviews, and anything told a principal in confidence should remain confidential. And now some practice over interviewing issues. Which of the following questions would not be appropriate for an interview? 1. How many years have you taught? 2. How do you manage your classroom? 3. Are you married? 4. What is your greatest accomplishment? The answer, are you married? Remember, avoid personal questions not related to the workplace during interviews. Thanks for watching, and check out the rest of the tutorials.